What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at the demo of a title called Ways of Alchemy, and as per usual, I'll be doing my best to point out the things I like and I don't like so that you can have a little bit of extra help trying to decide out of the gazillions of games on Steam which ones are worth your time and which ones are worth your wish list. This right here is a spin-off from Cultist Simulator. It's not from Alexis Kennedy or anybody over inside the ex-Fallen London household. Instead, this is made by a completely different development house. But if you've ever played Cultist Simulator, this game will instantly be recognizable in the respect of what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be fiddling with the game. It's an RPG, it's a management game, and so I played the first 45 minutes of it or so, and I had a good time. I thought it looked promising. So today we're going to take a look at it for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather not play for yourself. After watching this, if you wanted to get the demo for yourself, it should still be up. I checked the morning of this recording to make sure that the demo was still there because this was part of the Steam Next Fest. Should still be there. I've got a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, the description of this video has a bunch of other related Nerdcastle links just in case you wanted to slide through any of those. But let's begin our game. So here we are. We start out with nothing but our inheritance and an alchemist. And this is basically Cultist Simulator just put out into a different setting. In this game, you're kind of like a renegade alchemist that lives out in the woods, is trying to avoid getting murdered by law enforcement and whatnot, because I get the feeling the things that we do aren't explicitly legal. But for right now, the way that you move this game on forward is basically you just make cards interact with one another. So things light up in this game so that you can figure out what you can interact them with. Let's open our letter. Holding this letter on crumpled paper in your hands, for some reason you feel awake for the first time in your life. Press start to begin to read it. All right, let's go ahead and read it real fast, and you can see that time has begun to pass up at the top. I found that this game does a really, really good job with its autopause. Every time I sort of lost track of what I was doing, and I was like, oh no, dude, I just let a bunch of time go by, I was saved by the autopause, and so this game seems to have fairly decent autopause inside of it. So part of our inheritance is that we were given a cluttered hut. Okay, nothing else to do except explore our new home, so let's go ahead and do that. It's a lot of work to sort all these things out, but it's filling you with excitement. Your new life is hidden somewhere here underneath the boxes. Okay, let's give it a number of cursory searches and see what we get out of it. So on the first pass, we've got a plot of land, we've got an alchemy basics book, and we've got some turnip seeds. Sounds good. Let's keep clearing the hut real quick until we know what we've got on hand. Nothing new happens over here during this event, so we can kind of just click through it. We've got some money this time around. We've got another plot of land. I'll sort of arrange this so that it looks a little bit like a map that leads to the places that I want to go. Let's keep uncluttering. And it looks like we've got a cauldron, we've got another dollar, we've got an alchemy book, so that's good. This right here, these are basically just like tutorials from what I've seen so far, so we can kind of take these and just slide them over here and not worry about it. And then I think we've got to search the hut a couple more times, but be careful while doing this. Everything in this game has a cost, whether it be time or whether it be fatigue. You can see at the bottom of the screen, we have a hunger meter and we also have an energy meter, and your character gets worse at completing tasks if those bars are not filled up. I don't know for sure if your character can die inside the confines of the game just yet. You do seem to have wounds or something on the side of this card right here, but I haven't got to a point where it was relevant. We found 2 alchemy recipes, so I'll go ahead and I'll put my rusty pot down here. I will put my recipes over there. That way I know what I have available. We can stack all of our money, so that's very easy to manage. And if you're ever curious about how much money you have, it's just right down here at the bottom of the screen. And so we've got $3 at the moment. The hut is still not completely and totally declutterfied, though. And I tend to be the kind of person in RPGs that hyper-focuses on things, and so I just can't move on until I get done with this task. Let's finish it off, and then we'll go through all the goodies that we have to play around with before we decide what we want to do next. We found a road to the city, we found a suspiciously locked book, and then our hut is finally cleared out, and it's the place where we can restore our energy if we ever wanted to get that back. So the first thing we'll probably want to do is put the nanosickle on us. The alchemist is someone who is not satisfied with the path the world has offered him and carves new ways until they lead him to the heart of his desires. You do not have a second self, so take care of yourself so as not to perish from hunger or wounds. Otherwise, your journey will be cut short. Okay? Let's go ahead and we will equip the nanosaber That way we get a few extra points right there. And so you can see we've got an equipment piece, and it should be boosting up. Like, if you take a look at the character card itself, when it opens up, you've got a number of different, I guess, categories that our character is capable of taking care of. And so we've got Veil, we've got Potioneer, we've got Librarian, we've got Worker level 2, we're equipped with a Nanosickle, we are the player himself, and then we are human, apparently, of 3 in quality. The next thing we should probably do is maybe prep this land over here. You can plow the land to make it suitable for plants. I think plants are going to be really helpful for an herbalist or like an alchemist, and so let's maybe prep some fields out here. So we now have a garden patch. I'll probably prep this one as well while we're over here. We have this one set of turnip seeds on this side, so we might as well get those planted and get them well on their way towards making us more prosperous. I will have my garden, so let me like arrange my house over here. Yeah, we'll have that right there. And then I'm going to go to the garden real quick. All the windows in this game can be moved around. And then we're going to plant our turnip seeds. We don't have any fertilizer or anything to go along with it. And this is costing us energy as of right now. So we'll need to track down a way to get ourselves... Well, actually, our food meter's looking pretty good. I was going to say, we may need to find a way to eat before we go to bed. But I don't think it's really going to matter altogether that much. There we go. The turnips have been planted inside the garden patch, and you can see a little number right there that's going to be ticking downwards until we eventually get our yield. I'm going to go back inside, and we're just going to rest for a little bit. I don't have any supper to go with me. That means that my health is going to drain while I'm resting, but we're already way up over cap on our hunger, so I'm not too stressed about it. I just want to get my energy back, and then we'll worry about feeding ourselves a little bit later. There we go. Our alchemist is all nice and rested. I think, so what can I do with the mortar over here? A roughly hewn mortar carved from a piece of wood, nevertheless neatly lacquered on the inside and entirely suitable for grinding up ingredients. Okay, good to know. We'll close that on out. With the rusty pot, is there anything I can do with it for right now? No. So let's go to the city and see what unlocks. Explore the city fate has brought you to. Surely you'll find both friends for your journey and foes who may try to hinder you. Hopefully not. Like, I hope I get along with everybody. I'm the guy that comes when you've got, like, diarrhea and fixes it for you. Like, I've got the tinctures, man. I've got the powders. I've got the good stuff. When you've got an enemy, I got a poison for you. You can take them out. It'll just look like the flu. I don't want to have enemies. I want to have many, many friends with financial benefits. We found a pharmacy, the local potion depot founded by the Church of Three-Bodied God. They are ready to buy everything you offer at a low price and resell it to residents at an outrageous cost. It would be more profitable for both you and the buyers to trade without intermediaries, but convenience sometimes proves to be a decisive argument. Also, the local nuns will gladly introduce you to religious work ethics and train you to be a better worker for a price. Okay, what else is inside the city? We're not really doing too much right now anyway, so we might as well scout everything out and figure out what we've got in town. We've got an adventurer's guild. If you have enough money and space in your house, you can hire adventurers. They will then assist you with tasks from gathering flowers to venturing to the end of the earth. Remember, the responsibility to feed your worker falls on you. So he's kind of like a pet snake or whatever. Like, we gotta, like, feed him every now and again. All right, let's put all these guys up by the city because it makes things simpler. I will put all of my random tools. I'm just going to let the game run for a second. I'm going to put all my random tools down here that I have available. That way, everything's kind of in a decent spot. There's a certain zen, I think, that goes into, like, organizing your playfield when you're playing Cultist Simulator. And so I'm going to do the exact same thing here. If you've never played Cultist Simulator before, it's like this game except really, really allegorical, metaphorical, and has like some of the best writing you'll ever see. We've got the river. What does the river have for us? Big Water Raina. She sometimes playfully takes offense when she's called that, but in reality, she takes pride in her posture. From here, you can gather as much water as you need for yourself, your plants, and your potions. Okay, I'll take a rotation. Let's go ahead and send it. After about 20 seconds, we're going to see what our yield is. I'm guessing it's mostly just water. A couple of buckets of water. Okay, I can live with that. That's probably going to go. I do wish that the playfield scrolled, though, when you had a card in your hand and you dragged it down to the bottom. I wish that the edge scrolling worked. We'll put the water down here with the ingredients for everything else. Looks like those stack up perfectly fine. We've got about 40 seconds until our food comes out of there. Is there anything else to explore in the city? Let's find out. We've got a market and we've got a surveyor. Okay. So it looks like the surveyor allows us to buy more land. That way we can have more fields, basically, to grow stuff. So that looks like his main function. And then inside the market, it looks like I can buy materials, I can buy seeds, I can buy food. Let's buy seeds, maybe? Huge rows of all sorts of stuff. For now, you can buy building matter or turnip seeds here. They will certainly sell them to you for a bronze denier, but if you add more, juicier offers might appear. Okay. I would like to buy seeds, please. Let's see if we can get ourselves a couple of turnip seeds for the scratch that we got laying around. There's our turnip seeds. Okay, so let's go off to our garden plot. And then we'll take the turnip seeds and we'll get those all laid into the soil real quick. That way we've got 2 fields going at the same time, because I'm guessing I need to take a look at these alchemy recipes down here, and then we'll figure out what we can do with the yield that we're like potentially cultivating right now. All right, that field has been planted. We have 2 garden patches and they're both ready to rock. When it comes to a regenerative potion, we can make it for turnip paste, and amber powder. It looks like we can grind amber resin in order to get that. And then a coagulation potion is turnip. Garden patch is done, so let's go ahead and take all this stuff back. We've got 2 turnips and a extra block of seeds right there. I'm going to straight away plant those before I start losing any of my attention span. And then our hunger's getting a little bit low, so I think we're going to have to take care of that before it dips down to 0. The good news is we're growing our own food, so it's not like we got to pop down to the Rayleighs and pay somebody exorbitant prices for eggs or anything else right now. What I always notice, people always complain about eggs, but what I noticed, dude, is that it's all about the potato chips. I remember you used to be able to get like a bag of Doritos for like $2.10, and not that long ago either, like maybe 10 years ago. And now, dude, you go and buy like a bag of Ruffles, they'd be like $6.50, and like half the bag is air, bro. There's like hardly any chips inside of there. I have like 1 munch session and the whole thing's gone. Absurd. Let's feed ourselves with a free turnip. Hopefully he boils it or something, though, beforehand. He's going to eat it like an apple? Poof. All right, well, 210 hunger taken care of right there, so that's good. Let's explore the city a little bit further until it runs out of places for us to find, because I'd like to sort of have a heading for my options right now. The Forest's Edge. What does the Forest's Edge do? A bright forest clearing where neither rare herbs grow nor terrible monsters dwell, but is perfectly suited for a peaceful stroll and gathering the simplest of resources. I'll do that. Yeah, let's send it out for 1 cycle and kind of see what we get out of it. We need amber anyways for some of these potion recipes, so might not be a bad idea. The windswept edge of the forest features towering trees, their limbs stretching against the sky. After a gentle storm, the ground is often littered with sturdy branches snapped from their boughs, but perfect for crafting or kindling. Suddenly, you feel bad during the stroll, so you return home early. Oh, is it just like gambling? Okay, I guess I didn't collect anything. I'm gonna send him back for another round. Well, he's been exploring the forest for a while now, and 2 new events came up. We've got an Inquisitor over here. I should probably figure out how to deal with him in a second. The job of the Royal Inquisitor is to ensure the safety of citizens from treacherous sorcerers, evil witches, and dishonest poisoners. In short, it's to ruin the lives of honest hard workers of the magical craft and to exact a bribe from them for any mistake. If you haven't committed a crime, then he will leave. Otherwise, you better give him a bribe. Otherwise, you'll be under investigation. Don't pay him for no reason, though, because with every bribe, his greed increases. Okay. I'm still in the forest right now, so I'm just going to let him decay, I guess. We found stone. We found a new map, so that's good. We can plan a hike to the gerbil forest. I like gerbils, dude. You guys like hamsters? I always liked hamsters. They're just so little, though, dude. I wish they made a hamster that was like the size of a bulldog. I would totally own one of those. That sounds great to me. That sounds like a fantastic pet. You could like roughhouse with him and gerb it up. I don't know. Seems like something that I'd be kind of like interested in. Let's grab all this stuff that we just pulled out of the woods, and I will organize briefly. Now, we also got a blueprint for a crafting room, which is kind of cool. I'll put that over there with my books. We've got an old pocket knife. It looks like it increases our pain and our artifact level. Can I just, like, equip it right now? What can I do with it? Will that unequip the other sickle that I have? It does indeed, so we can only have one thing equipped at a time. Okay, I'll put it down here in my tool chest then, and we'll keep a weapon on us, you know, and keep a little pig sticker on us just in case we gotta get somebody. I've got Death Scent over here too, although I don't know what that does. An eternal companion of graveyards and battlefields. It's not the smell of blood and pain, but merely the unseen breath of the silent singer. Many claim it carries the scent of mold, but they are mistaken. Even mold would be a gift. Okay, what's the buyer want? The city's residents are accustomed to the little hut where the old lady used to sell them alchemical substances. They aren't too concerned that you've taken her place. Okay, so he wants a coagulation potion? I don't know if I can make that yet. Hold on, let me gather up my stuff from this garden patch, and we'll see what we get. I do have 3 turnips, so I think, like, technically, I can make the coagulation potion right now. Your mastery of the pillars is not high enough for the ingredient you just put in the cauldron. While improvising, you need at least the same power of pillars the ingredients have. Use a recipe to help yourself or drink another potion to increase your pillars mastery. Okay, I have a coagulation potion recipe right there, so maybe that'll help. That worked. All right, let's cook it up then. Rust made the cauldron unattractive, but we can do alchemy in it. All right, I got my potion right there, so we're good looking there. He just swapped over to something else. He's looking for a crime. Oh, you get crime cards just like in, okay, fair enough. Let's go check this squirrel real fast. The wounded and famished beast, so utterly devoid of hope for self-preservation that it would even venture forth among the humans. Someone who is skillful with veil can tend to its wounds, or turnips can help. Okay, let's get turnips. I have turnips. There we go. Let's give the squirrel a turnip and see if it helps him out. I've had multiple pet squirrels in my life. I don't know what it is about me, but I attract squirrels. I've had 3 or 4 different pet squirrels. What happens is, so every now and again, you get these squirrels that are really bad at squirreling. So their parents abandon them, and they abandon them while they're little. Like, my first squirrel that I had as a pet barely had fur. Like, he had barely grown the fur on his tail, and he just walked up to me. I was skateboarding, and he just ran up to me, and he was like this little tiny mouse-sized, you know, red thing, or gray thing. And me being like 14 years old, I stuck my hand out, and he crawled into my hand, and I petted him a couple times, and then he, like, crawled up into my hoodie, and so I went home, and we took care of him till he got big, and we had like we built him like a sort of like a jungle gym in the tree in the backyard for squirrels. It was in a walnut tree so that he could learn to squirrel properly, and eventually he left. He came back like a year later with a squirrel girlfriend, and then he was around for like a month or 2, and then he left again with her, and we never saw him again. And I had a couple squirrels after that too. The problem with squirrels as a pet is they get wild. So once they hit their first breeding season, they get real aggressive and real bitey. And squirrel fangs, they will absolutely pierce a hole straight through your finger. And so once they start to get a little rowdy and they start to get a little fighty, that's when you got to kind of acclimate them back to nature and give them back to the woods. Otherwise, they're not a great pet. Let's go to our garden patch and let's get these turnip seeds growing real quick. I think I've got a little bit of energy left. Like, I think I can make it till tonight if I plant these 2 things, and then we can just take a sleep. I'll probably feed myself before I go to bed, too, with the 1 turnip that I have left over. We have this buyer over here, too, that wants to buy that coagulation potion, so I should probably, like, give that to him. There you go, buddy. He has been given the potion, and he paid us a lot, actually. He gave us multiple coins, which is fantastic, so I'll take all of those. And then he gave us a rumor. I don't know what the rumor's going to be useful for. It looks like I can put it in the pot, which is kind of weird, but the fact that I didn't find anything illegal on your farm, that's probably my mistake. But for now, let's assume that you're a law-abiding citizen, which means you have the honor of receiving a royal order. Here, take it. And listen, this hear ye nonsense, that's just official parchment talk. Don't go thinking this is actually public knowledge. If word gets out, hold on, I gotta grab that. Our next conversation will be very short, and don't drag your feet on this job. What does he want? Hear ye, a royal decree from his majesty. Foul assassins have struck at our sovereign, yet by fate and loyalty the blade met not the king but his noble steed. Now the beast lies wounded and the realm's finest doctors are called to its aid. They need a coagulation potion to seal its wounds, regenerative potion to mend the torn flesh, and an anesthetic potion to grant it respite from the pain. Let no delay hinder this sacred request, for a life so valiant shall not fade. Thus is the will of the king. So it is spoken, so shall it be done. Okay, he's one of those kings right there where he like speaks and everybody hops to it. All right, let's get another field plowed and then we'll take a nap for the night after we eat a turnip and we'll call it a day. All right, fields are planted, so we're looking good there. I'm gonna feed a turnip to myself because hunger's getting kind of low. So we'll bang that out. My crops aren't gonna be harvested for a little while, so I don't think there's too much I can do right there. So instead, what do these buyers want? So he wants a coagulation potion, and then this guy over here wants a material. So he wants me to give him some kind of like something. Will this work? Can he have that? No, he can't have the rock. All right, fair enough. We won't give him the rock then. Let's just go to bed for the night because I think we're tired. I like the little weather effects, and I love that the boundary of the play area has little, like, wells and swords and discarded gear and gravestones and, like, little crop plots and things like that. Kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and collect on back, so we should be good to roll for the next day now. These right here are trying to grow, but I just don't have them. That guy wanted the Does anything bad happen if I fail to have the thing that they want? Let's find out. We got 2 seconds left anyways. Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's go to the surveyor. And what does he want for a piece of land? Because I'm maxed out on land right now, so I think I'm going to need some pretty serious crops in order to get this done. All right, so I purchased a new plot of land. Oh, I had a branch right there. Does this guy want it? Is this the materials guy? I don't think he wants the branch. I'm going to put the raw materials over here next to the workroom blueprint because it looks like I need a plot of land. Where did it put my new plot of land, by the way? Yeah, I need a plot of land. I need a stick. I need that. I need a worker. It's got something extra in there. Oh, I could put a coin in there. What does this do? That's like an extra stone. I need another stone, so I think we're going to have to go back to the woods and see what we get out of it. I've got another turnip up here, though, too, so I'll take my turnip back. And let's go on another trip into the woods while I rearrange the game board, and we'll just see what we find out there. Footpaths crisscross across the forest edge are bordered by broad-leafed plantain plants. Known for their healing qualities, these humble greens are easily spotted and harvested by those who know the value. Okay, I'll take that. That sounds good. You decided to stroll a little bit further. We found some nettle as well inside of an overgrown section of the forest's edge. So that's good. If Kingdom Come Deliverance has taught me anything, it's that you gotta pick a nettle every 2 seconds. So our total haul is that we've got, actually we figured out how to make a library. Just I guess while meandering with our thoughts. We've got plantains and nettles. So that's good. I still haven't found any amber. I was really hoping I would find some amber around, but it hasn't gone that way. I love that the cards stack, by the way. That makes me very, very happy that they all stack. Let's get this plot of land prepared because we do have those hemp seeds, dude. And I'm trying to grow that dank out here, dude. I'm trying to grow that good stuff. No sticks, no seeds, no nothing. So let's get up in here. All right, there we go. I think I've got it. We needed water and a branch to make this whole thing work. Looks like I can double up on water, though. Let's see if the yield gets bigger when I do that, like filling in all the optionals. It's going to be a full minute before that's done. Okay, we're going to be stuck for a little bit. All right, our other turnip crop just came in, so we're sitting on a pretty solid stack of turnips right now. I should be able to make this guy's coagulation potion and stock up on a little bit more cash, I think. But I gotta wait till I'm done in the fields right now. I'm out here, I'm trying to be like the dankest weed grower in Humboldt at the moment. Alright, so that patch has been prepared. Let's deal with this guy over here by getting him his coagulation potion. Where did the royal decree go? There it is. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the royal decree did not have any kind of like time limit on it. That would have been super bad. So let's get in here. Alchemist right there. We need 3 turnips. Perfect. And then we'll let that run for about 25 seconds. And then we'll get that guy paid off. That should take us up to like 10 dinars, 9 dinars. Depending. I don't know if it randomizes how much you get paid, but I guess we'll see. The Inquisitor is back. This man wants me real bad. Where's the coagulation potion at that it just spit out? Where did that go? There it is. All right, let's give that to the buyer. 3 seconds for $5 sounds good to me. Very nice. And another rumor. Good. Let's bring those all over here. We're starting to, like, get some finances, man. We're starting to be, like, a part of the neighborhood. I am going to eat a turnip real fast so that I can keep my health back up. And then I'm going to feed another turnip to the squirrel over here because he gave me stuff the last time that I did it. And so where's my alchemist at? There he is. And it looks like the squirrel gave me, hey, I got amber. Nice, dude. That means I can make that other potion that the king wants. Hell yeah. Let's get back to plowing our crops real quick. It's going to be like 16 seconds till that's done. The Inquisitor's rattling around anyway, so not really like I can get into that much trouble at the moment. Okay, so all my fields are planted right now. He's about to cheese out. What does this guy want? Coagulation potions? I don't have that, like, on me right now, but I will go to the mortar and I will prepare this resin so that we can make the regenerative potion. So if I can get the coagulant, I can get the regenerative potion, and I can get the anesthetic potion put together, which I'm guessing is where maybe the hemp or the nettle comes in. We will see. So I got 2 portions of amber powder right there. That's good. I want those. Put those down there. We don't have the turnips right now, nor do we have the turnip mash or anything else to really actually throw that in there and then throw that right there, and we'll mash up this turnip real quick just to see what it gives us. I may have to hire an adventurer pretty soon too to go do like my forest adventures. Turnip paste, all good to go. Where did it drop my turnip paste at? There it is, turnip paste. All right, so we've got like most of the things that we need for the regenerative potion. We need 1 more turnip paste though. Energy's looking a little bad, and it is 3 in the morning, so maybe I'll just crash for the next 15 seconds, and we'll see where the day takes us. All right, so we're all rested up in the morning, but this is the Ways of Alchemy. I like this game very much. I think this game is pretty rad. I'm a pretty unabashed and sloppy lover of anything Cultist Simulator related. There's another one coming out, too, that we covered a while back, where you're inside of, like, a big house, like from the game Clue, where someone was murdered, and you've got different characters that all have different stats, and you're like investigating different rooms and setting up workshops, but it has kind of like the same plug-and-play sort of USB gameplay that this game has. That's why I call it USB gameplay, because you're like plugging things into other places to expand out the story. I think this is a really rad way to tell an RPG story, and so I tend to be attracted to any game like this. My only thing that I've noticed so far in playing the game is that there's a lot of typos, so they're definitely going to need to have some spell check and some proofreading go through all the text in the game as of the current demo that we're playing, but this is 100% something that I would easily dump 40 or 50 hours into. I've dumped like 100 and something hours into Cultist Simulator on all the different playthroughs, especially if they allow you to do other things. So in Cultist Simulator, you unlock new characters that fundamentally change the way the game plays each time you beat it, and it gets like more interesting and more complex each time around. It'd be cool if you play through as the Alchemist, and then the next time around you start out as a sorcerer, and he's like being hunted by the Inquisition straight off the bat, but he's got other utilities like magical minions that help him harvest stuff faster so that he can bribe the guy better. Like, you know, little things like that actually like matter when it comes to the replayability of games like this. But anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I enjoyed this is probably actually one of my favorite demos of the Steam Next Fest. I'll be square with you. This one was the one. I like it a lot. I'll see y'all later. Take care. That's all I got for you, folks. Bye.